Jack, it's been a while now since you picked up your injury. I mean, talk us through that. I mean, that match against Scunthorpe, because obviously, the pitch had a massive part to do with it, didn't it? I suppose because you sort of got your foot stuck in the ground and twisted it.
Yeah, speaking to people in the crowd, it looked a bit innocuous at the time, but yeah, I just twisted my ankle. Felt like my knee clicked. Didn't really feel, because people say you've done their cruciate and that you feel it snap, but I didn't really feel anything like that. It was just more of a click. And obviously it was just before half time, so I tried to play until half time, but it wasn't having any of it. But yes, I think it's about 3 months now since I've done it, 2 months since the operation, and that has flown by really. So now I'm doing a bit more as well. I can hopefully the rest of the time will fly by.
Well, that's the unbelievable thing, isn't it? That you did actually play on, because people who do them sort of injuries, that's it, game over completely. But you to play on through it. Did you not think when you were playing on, this is probably more serious than?
Yeah, because Chris at the time, physio, he tested it on the pitch and he thought it was okay. Like, he didn't really notice any damage, like major damage at the time for the test that he'd done. And he said, "Do you reckon you can get through to half time?" And my thought process was as well, well, if I can get to half time, save the sub so that they can get warm throughout the break, and they'll be ready to come on. But just because it was damaged, I suppose there weren't really any damage to be done because it was already torn. So, but when I was trying to play on, it just kept giving way, and I thought, no, I can't do it. So I just had to come off.
When you found out, what it actually was, how did you deal with it? How did you feel? Because I know, speaking to you at the start of the season, you were looking at this to be a season to really kick on and make a name for yourself.
Yeah, well, finished last season pretty strongly in my opinion. Obviously not in the best of circumstances, missing out on the playoffs, but the last few games, obviously Orient, I thought I did well, and the back end of the season I felt I was coming into my own. I got settled and I felt comfortable in the surroundings. So this season I had a whole pre-season with the boys, like felt part of the group, felt one of the lads sort of thing. And yeah, I was ready to kick on. So it was a bit gutted at the time. I was actually out for dinner on my dad's birthday when Chris rang me, and I could tell as soon as he rang, because he was awaiting the scan results. Just by the tone of his voice, I knew that it was something serious. But I was with my family at the time, so it wasn't too bad. Just had to take it on the chin, and kind of the week or two afterwards, just sinking in slowly. But yeah, I think I got round to the thought of it pretty quickly. As horrible as it is. But yeah, like I say, it's been 2 months since you're up now and ready to kick on.
Yeah, how did the op go? Did everything go to plan? Have you spoke to the surgeon?
Yeah, I've been back to. We came in like the day after the surgery or the night after, and he said that it went well. He was happy with everything at the time. I've been back. I see him 7 weeks after the operation, and the stage I was at then, he said he was happy with how it was reacting and healing, and I'm due to see him again in the middle of February, I think. So yeah, you can see how it's going then, but at the moment I think it's going well.
What's your rehabilitation programme been like up to this point? Have you been getting bored? Because you've been to every game, haven't you? Which is great to see. I know fans love seeing you at the matches, and in fairness, other players that have been here previously, if they've been injured, not all of them will come to the games, but you make an effort to make sure you're here.
Yeah, I think it's important to stay around the group really. I was going to go up to Notts County the other week, but I was obviously all weekend, just stuck in bed. But I think it's important to be around the group, keep your face familiar in the changing rooms, and it's good I think for the boys as well, just to have some support from the boys not involved. I remember when I was in the hospital, we played Bristol, and I sent them all a text message about appreciating the game, and that obviously didn't turn out too well. But yeah, I think now I've been out injured, I appreciate the game so much more. So when I come back, I think that just look like being standing away from training and watching them training while I'm in the gym, because you can see it through the window.
Torture.
Yeah, it's horrible, but you just notice little things that you think, was I like that when I was training? And now you see it from like taking a step back. Like now when I go back to training, hopefully if I've made a full recovery, then I'll remember them little things and just appreciate it so much more.
Have you picked up any hobbies or anything like that to obviously fulfil your time?
Not yet. No, I originally said that I wanted to try and learn Spanish in my time, but immediately after operation I weren't really in the mood. It was trying to settle my knee down, and now I've been back at training, like doing light exercises, like going through my rehab to kind of keep me occupied. And the new physio's got me in quite late, like compared to what I used to if I was just training normally. So by the time I get home, it's just a bit of family time, and then dinner, and then a bit more family time, and then it's time to get to bed. So,
Why Spanish, by the way? Is that for when you eventually signed for Real Madrid? I suppose.
Barca, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just obviously when I was in school, I'd done French a little bit, but it didn't really interest me. And it's, a few countries speak Spanish, so just even if you was on holiday or something, then it's always handy, I think.
I know it's no one wishes these sort of injuries on anyone, but if you're going to pick up a serious injury like that, it's probably come at the right time for you in your personal life, because I know you've got a new little girl, haven't you? Well, I say new little girl, she's a fair few months. Yeah, there you go. But you've managed to have some quality time with the family, haven't you, during this period?
I think that was, speaking to people after I'd done it, that was the only positive to come out of the whole situation, if there was any. It was just before Christmas, and obviously it was the little girl's first Christmas, so that was quite nice. Family came up to see us because I was quite homebound at the time. But yeah, she changed so much over the first year, and she'll be 1 next month. So it's been good to kind of spend time with her, and time that I maybe wouldn't have got if I was staying away overnight on a Friday, like for an away game, or all day Saturday. So I think it's been nice, in that respect. But obviously, at the same time, it's not nice being out of a cruise ship.
Has parenthood changed you as a person?
A bit, I think, yeah. I'd already say I was quite mature for my age anyway. After moving up to Hartlepool when I was 18, I kind of had to grow up pretty quickly, adapt to adult life, living on your own, doing everything for yourself, sort of thing. And I think that kind of put a few years on me, so to speak. But yeah, I think you just appreciate little things more now. And I'm sure you speak to anyone who's got kids or kids yourself, then you appreciate little things so much more. Yeah.
How has it been? Not obviously being out of football's terrible, but during the period that the club have had recently, on the back of that terrible run that we had, how tough was that for you to be sitting back and watching?
Extremely, because I feel you can't really have an impact on the pitch. You can only really do a bit off the pitch, and yeah, not being able to affect it on the pitch is horrible. Yeah, I'd say there's nothing worse. I can't really explain it. I just feel a bit useless just because you just can't get involved and get out there and get hold of them. Really, you do a bit and see them in the change room and try and get them together or speak to them individually or whatever. But actually, not being able to go out there and influence the game in any way is not the greatest.
And obviously, sitting there reading the papers and reading, because I know you're on social media, reading the social media comments that were being thrown about. I mean, was it frustrating to see such negative comments being thrown about, not just about the manager, but about the players and the club as a whole? Yes,
it's not great to read. Obviously, you need to expect that if you're underperforming in any way, I think. And as a player myself on social media, I think as soon as you click sign up or put yourself out there in the light, you're open to. You need to be able to take that criticism. So I think you need to be, and as a footballer, I think as well, you need to be mentally tough. If you're going to reach any height in the game, you need to have some mental toughness about it. So I think you just need to take it on the chin and kind of use it as a positive, really. Which, looking back at it now, I think some of the lads could have took it. I think most of them took it pretty well, to be fair. And training up to the overall standards pretty high anyway. But if we could push it that a bit more, we did at the time. But I think once you're on one of them runs, your luck's not really in with anything really. Little bounces on the pitch that normally go your way wasn't going for us, and but I'd like to think we're out of that now. Two positive wins back to back. Hopefully another one Saturday for the boys, which really get us back up where we belong, really.
Yeah, as you say, you're still in and around the team now, more so now at this period. What's the mood like after those two back-to-back victories? Because that's been massive, hasn't it, for us?
Yeah, it's been really good, really. So obviously we're into the new year now. Obviously February already. We're kind of looking. You're not looking to the end of the season, but it's kind of like the manager said. You split the season into three chunks. You've got the beginning of the season where the excitement's all there, and that middle part, which kind of you can't see the beginning, you can't see the end. It's kind of a mental toughness thing again. You need to get your head around. But now, kind of, you see the end of the season, where hopefully we can be pushing when it comes to that last game. We'll be in a comfortable place, hopefully, for the playoffs. To challenge again, because I think we've got a great bunch of lads, and we're a young group, an enthusiastic group, and I think being young, you don't really get any fear really, and once we get them wins, confidence will skyrocket, and I think in younger lads in particular, once your confidence grows and you're doing well, I think it's just like a momentum thing. You just keep getting more confidence, and that will show on the pitch.
Are you keeping in touch with the manager? How is your relationship with the manager? Are you going in to see him regularly to get updates on yourself, and for you to obviously get the updates you need from him?
Yeah, we see each other about training ground. I'm in and out of the physio room and the gym, and then obviously we all eat lunch in the same place. So constantly in touch with the staff really. Everyone asking me how it's going, how it's getting on. So yeah, relationships. It's really, really close, but we still, like pretty much as any other lad who's starting, still speak to him quite a bit and inform him how it's going.
At what stage are you at the moment? You seem to be walking a lot better from the last time I saw you, so it looks to be progressing. Are you at the stage you want to be now?
Yeah, I think it's going well as it could be at the minute. Walking is a lot easier. It's pretty much back to normal now. Which at the start was kind of hard to get used to. Hobbling around in crutches was horrible. But yeah, walking's good. Doing some light exercises in the gym, walking on the treadmill, some light cycling, just really light exercises really, just to keep them, get some movement back into it. Get used to the mechanics of walking and cycling, all the different movements that may involve on a football pitch. Just gradually getting back into it, and then I think he said 12 weeks of surgery, and then it should be pretty much fully adapted in the knee. So then hopefully after 12 weeks I can kind of kick on again and start upping the exercise, putting a bit more weight through it, hopefully building my legs up again. So yeah, at the minute I'm pretty happy with where it is, and looking forward. I'm quite excited what's to come.
How difficult is it not to overdo it, not to do too much? I mean, if there was a ball in front of you now, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How difficult is it to leave that ball alone?
Yeah, it's tough. So obviously, as a young boy, I always wanted to play football. So if there's something there round, not even a football, if it's round, you want to kick it. So yeah, it's tough, but you might just pick it up, feel it in your hands, just to familiarise yourself with it. But it is tough, but at the same time, you need to understand that it's all for the right reasons.